My name is Heather Michalak. Ask a Scientist a Question. What is the biggest and the oldest thing on Earth? And I have the perfect person to ask for that. Hi, Rachel.
The oldest living organism on Earth is definitely a plant. The oldest individual living thing is a Great Basin bristlecone pine, Pinus longeva, in the White Mountains of Nevada. The exact location of that tree is secret to protect it, but we do have a name for it. The tree's named Methuselah, and it's, as best we can tell, about 4,850 years old.
Dang, that is old. What about the biggest plant on Earth? I heard it was a fungus.
I think you might be thinking of a large colony of fungi. Those are Armillaria astoiae. That's a colony in Oregon. We call it like a genet of fungi. Whether you consider that the largest organism depends on a few definitions. It often gets called the humongous fungus. It's a colony of genetically identical mushrooms that are all connected. So it's definitely reasonable to call them an organism. And by that measure, it's definitely the largest living thing on Earth by biomass. So the colony probably weighs somewhere between 7,600 and 35,000 tons.
What?
However, fungi aren't plants. Fungi are kind of like off doing their own thing on the tree of life, as we say. In evolutionary terms, they're actually more closely related to animals than plants.
Wow. What is the biggest plant on Earth?
How do you want to measure that? Do you mean heaviest or tallest or the greatest volume?
Start with the heaviest.
It's pretty tricky for us to estimate the masses of these really large organisms that exist partially underground. But I can answer height. In the case of trees, the volume of the wood in the trunk. We have pretty good numbers for that. So the tree with the highest volume of wood in the trunk is a giant sequoia. That's Sequoia dendron giganteum, located in Sequoia National Park, which is in California in the US. And you can actually go visit this tree. I have. It was literally awesome. I highly recommend it. The tree's name is General Sherman, and its trunk contains about 52,500 cubic feet of wood. That's about 1,500 cubic meters.
That is huge. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. I have a chocolate lab named Tara. Using her size, she's about 0.2 cubic meters. It would be, doing a little math, 1,000 Taras would fit into the trunk of this General Sherman tree.
The tallest tree is actually located nearby in Redwoods National Park, which is also in California in the US. However, like Methuselah, the exact location of that tree is secret, just to keep it safe. That tree is a coast redwood, Sequoia sempervirens. It also has a name, we call it Hyperion. It's about 380 feet tall, which is roughly 116 meters.
So using my Tara analogy again, Tara is roughly 0.6 meters tall. There would be 193 Taras tall, like stacked Yertle the turtle style.
Plants work on a whole different scale then.
Rachel, I appreciate your time today. Thank you for answering all my questions.
I'll send you a list of the sources for the scientific information.
Thank you so much. Bye, Rachel. Wow, that was fun and educational. I get to have my questions answered all the time. We would love to hear from you. Please send us your questions and we'll see if we can answer them. Thank you.